Hey, happy Friday, everyone. We're here to talk about something that I'm sure you're going to all use in the next couple of weeks with the holiday right around the corner. WillCo Wine and Cheese is Small Business Friday, so we want to talk with Corinne from WillCo Wine and Cheese. She makes these beautiful charcuterie boards. And we were just talking, there's so many things that you can do, not just your typical cheese. So let's talk about it. First, tell me about the name WillCo Wine and Cheese.
Sure. Well, obviously, Wilco, we're centered out of here. I grew up here in Williamson County and went to Franklin High School. I've been here almost my whole entire life. So it kind of made sense to tag that in the name. Also, I'm a distributor for Scout and Cellar wines. So that was kind of how this all started. And when you do wine, what do you want with wine, but cheese and meats and chocolates and things like that. So that started the cheese portion of it. So when I came up with the name, I just thought, hey, we'll call them both in there.
So you have one of the boards behind us. So tell us what you do. You offer delivery or pickup, or how does this work?
Sure. When I started doing this, it was actually right in the middle of kind of the quarantine, or right before the COVID really started to hit. And I noticed that people were wanting to get a lot of things to go, or like a porch pickup kind of situation. So I started making boxes that were kind of like picnic boxes that you could get, small and large. And then as things have calmed down a little bit, well, so to speak, right?
Right. It's all relative right now.
Family gatherings and things like that. So people are starting to order bigger platters for events and things like that. So I can show you like this, is something that you would serve at, before dinner or whatever for a snack in the afternoon, that kind of thing. But yes, we do mainly pickup in College Grove, and sometimes we do set up like, hey, I'm going to be in Berry Farms at 10 if you want to order for pickup there. And we do offer a little bit of delivery, and we're just trying to kind of get that going with a small business. It's hard to be out driving around all day, but we're working on it. Always working.
Right. So tell me, and also want to mention to people, if you want to learn how to make your own, because like you mentioned to me before we got started, this is like a piece of art. Like, people are so creative these days. Yeah. You offer a workshop on how to do that.
We do. And I've partnered with my best friend actually owns Vintage South, which is in College Grove, right next to Sip and Scoop. Those are the two businesses we have in College Grove. That's it. So she has this adorable boutique, and we, again, before COVID, maybe about February, we started thinking like, what if we offered workshops in her space? And so it took off so quickly. I mean, we have typically offer 20 seats in each workshop because it's a small space, and also you want it to be a bit more intimate. And we would sell out in a day, when we offered it. So now we just always have several dates on the books because people are always asking to do it, and I love doing it in that space because it's beautiful and I don't have to clean my house.
Right.
But I also offer private workshops in people's homes, so you can get your group of friends together or family, and I can come to you and bring everything and teach some tricks of the trade, if you will.
Right. Tell me, we don't want to give too much away, but what is your one trick you always tell people at your workshops?
I think a good hint is that if you're serving, I always suggest a variety of cheeses, some hard, some soft, that kind of thing. If you have a huge chunk of hard cheese on your platter, people don't want to really dig into it, right? So
I totally agree with that, yes.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I don't want to mess that up, or that kind of thing. So I always suggest slicing everything. Brie and soft cheeses like that are totally fine to leave as they are, but those harder cheeses, if you don't cut them for people, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to cut it, and then it's going to go to waste. So
right. It's the last cheese that sits there on the board because everybody's like, ooh.
I know. Yeah. I think that's a good trick that people can use in everyday situations for sure.
Right. And so tell me quickly, it doesn't just have to be cheese. It can be other things. So tell me some of the other things that you've offered or made.
Sure. There's a lot of things out there. In fact, I just saw yesterday, people have been tagging me all the time when there's like funny charcuterie memes going around. And the latest one is this like gingerbread house made out of cheese and meat or something. And I had to laugh, and I'm like, I don't think that's in my wheelhouse. But I've done all sweets, which is really fun to do chocolates and things like that. I've done kids boards. I have 3 kids of my own, so I'm pretty good at being able to tell, what they're going to like. And we can make baby bells look, really funny with little eyeballs and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And birthdays, I've done rainbow for birthdays that include lots of fruit and vegetables as well. So really the sky's the limit. It's kind of as far as you want to take it, but it's really fun. It's a fun way to bring a theme to a party, and everybody likes to, some people call them grazing boards, in fact, because it's kind of something to just graze on. There's sweets and meats and cheeses and crackers and all that kind of stuff you want to just pick up.
Right. Yeah, that's a good thing. Grazing board. I haven't heard that before, but I like it. The grazing board. Yeah. So when you have a gathering, usually with your family, that's always a great thing to have, because it kind of pacifies everybody until the meal comes out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, well, it's great for you to join us today. Tell us where everybody can find more information, order one of the boards, or join the workshop.
Yep, absolutely. The website is WillCoWineandCheese.com. I do spell my Wilco with 2 L's, so that's something that sometimes you might not think about. But I also have a Facebook group called WillCo Wine and Cheese, and then I'm on Instagram, WillCo Wine and Cheese. So just search those, and I try to keep those updated with boards that I'm doing. Tomorrow I've got I'm doing someone's counter for a 40th birthday open house. So I'm doing their whole island covered in charcuterie. So I like to post pictures when I do fun stuff like that.
Oh, wow. What do you put down on a counter like that? Do you put parchment paper down or anything?
Butcher paper typically.
Okay. I was
like a brown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That probably makes more sense. Then you could write something maybe on the side, or
write what kinds of cheeses are in there and all kinds of stuff. Yep.
Really all right. I'm going to be following you. I want to see a picture of that. You going to post a picture to show us?
Oh, yeah. I'll have tons of pictures. Don't worry.
All right. Thanks again for joining us. You guys go check it out. A great option, even if you don't make it you're not going to be in town for Thanksgiving, maybe for the holidays, New Year, or just a Saturday watching a ball game. That'd be
Absolutely. Great. For sure. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thanks. See you guys soon.
Take care.